They're called all-terrain vehicles because they can go just about anywhere. On grass and dirt, on sand, through mud, they even seem to be able to fly. Sure, racing around on ATVs can be fun, but in some ways, they can be more dangerous than cars. That's because they don't have seatbelts or protections like sidewalls or roll bars. They also are more unstable than cars and can tip easily, throwing off riders. That's what happened to Paige Clooney. The ATV she was on hit a hole and suddenly rolled over, throwing Paige to the ground.
After the accident, when I went to the hospital, I had a concussion, and due to the bones in my head being broken, I actually bursted an eardrum and I lost all the hearing in my left ear.
Paige was in the hospital for 2 weeks before doctors felt she was well enough to go home. Paige was lucky. The government reports that a surprising number of kids are killed each year riding ATVs. Nationwide Children's Hospital found that across the country, an average of 31 kids a day are rushed to emergency rooms with head and neck injuries. And if you've heard that kids are more resilient than adults and just bounce back pretty easily from things like ATV accidents, listen to this.
Children are injured and die at much higher proportions than adults do. They're at much higher risk.
And yet, there are no national guidelines for how old you need to be to drive an ATV. Some states allow kids as young as 8 to operate these fast and powerful machines.
Children under 12 accounted for nearly half of the injuries seen in our study.
And this is an age that simply shouldn't be on an ATV.
Experts recommend that you should be at least 16. You can reduce your risk of getting hurt by following some common sense guidelines. First of all, stay off paved roadways. Even though they can go almost as fast as cars, ATVs are designed to travel off-road, so avoid riding on streets or, heaven forbid, on highways. No matter where you're riding, you should ride alone. Having a passenger makes it harder to properly control an ATV.
The top 3 things that a rider on an ATV should wear are a helmet, and a helmet.
That's because head injuries are so common and often preventable if you're wearing a good helmet. But there's other protective gear you should wear. Goggles, gloves, and sturdy boots that cover your ankles. Paige still rides every now and then, but she's never forgotten the lesson she learned. ATVs need to be handled with care. They can quickly turn dangerous.
Realizing how easy it is to get hurt, I think put that into perspective. We do still like to ride, and we just make sure we're being safe when we do it.
As they say, safety is no accident. You need to plan to be safe, and you need to be constantly alert. That's why I think ATVs should also stand for Always Think Vigilance. I like that. For Teen Kids News, I'm Jack.